Morning. So we are going for round one of the Q&A, and after this round we'll be screening the film, the series again, and there will be another round of Q&A post that. So we'll start now.
So I'll just introduce everyone so that you can direct your questions. I'll start from that side. Nitin is the writer of the show. Abhinav, you've seen him already. He's playing the character of Chaman. Anshuman, he's playing the character of Dabbu. Jameel, he's playing Parimal Chacha. This is Akhil. He's the director of the show. And I'm Vyom. Akhil and I sort of created the show together, and I'm also part of the Geo team. So we'll start taking questions.
Can you hear? Okay, yeah. So this is like the first question is for the actors. So you're playing these characters which are simple, they're also funny, but at the same time they're not caricaturish. So what was like all of your approach towards creating a character that seems simple but not and funny but not like a caricature?
Well, simplicity, I think, lies in being real. And most of us here are from that kind of a milieu where what we are portraying is what we've seen around us or what we've experienced in our own personal lives. So we draw from that. And the simplicity is there in the stories. And I think in rural or B grade cities, B towns, relationships, I think, are very strong. Human personal bonds are very strong, and that is what I think is of prime importance for this show, in the show, and for me personally, relationships mean a lot. And that's what I think has been the primary factor for this show, and for me to go into my character personally, I think I draw a lot from the experiences that I've had. I'm a father myself. I know what it feels like to be one. Parenting is a difficult job. You have to work at it each day, every day, and so there are challenges that you've got to face that you haven't faced before or you haven't experienced before, and therefore you've got to take each day at a time. So those challenges are there, but for an actor to play a character which is real is easy, but difficult at the same time. Because it's very easy to start going overboard with it. To keep it real and simple is what the format is and what should be as an actor, I think.
Adding to the same, the point is that somewhere we all, I will give the credit to the director and the writer and the creator of the show that they want us to portray things like that. Being all of us is somewhere related to our theatrical background, and that gives us the opportunity to portray things how it can be, how it should be. The point is that, like Sarah said, 2-tier, 3-tier cities are there. The correlation and camaraderie between the human prospect is that way that we want to connect to those people and those everyone particularly. So the approach is from the director side, because how they want us to portray that thing, and somewhere being from the same same kind of cities and same kind of areas where we can already understood that how they are, and somewhere portraying that thing is somehow simpler than maybe for it may be difficult for others, but for us somewhere we have been through those past those areas, those experiences, so somehow it is easier, you can say, for us, because we have that kind of training and that kind of understanding towards the story.
Just a little tidbit for that. Because of the kind of background we are from, we don't play it larger than life, in real life.
True.
And which is why hats off to those who play it larger than life and get away with it, or are accepted and become stars, because that is a way of looking at it. There is an audience for that. There's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't judge that. But I would say maybe I have to put on that to become that. This comes easy to me because this is who I am. And it's in my persona, per se.
Hi, this is Priyanka. So my question is to Geo team and the director. Geo team, how does it feel to a new section that you can screen just one palette in Miami Film Festival? And to directors, as you have shot in Madhya Pradesh, tell me something about the tourism of Madhya Pradesh. Like it's a beautiful city of lakes.
So yeah, I am part of the Geo Studios team, but I would also like to thank Geo Mami that they've started this new section, so new formats can be explored. And since series is now not as such a new format, people are used to it. But for a festival to back such simple stories set in such a milieu, I think it's a great initiative, and they should continue that. I'll let Akhil answer the second question.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, it's been great that Mami is giving chance to, us newcomers. And I mean, for us, it's all film. I mean, if it's a series, it's a short film. It could be 1 minute. For the creators, I mean, they want to tell a story and they want people to hear it, to see it. So I'm very glad and I'm very grateful that Mami has given us this chance. About shooting in Madhya Pradesh, I feel it's a beautiful state. I mean, so we shot in Chanderi, and I think the place has its own magic. I mean, you see some places and you're like, "Achha, yahan pe ye hona chahiye," and I could just see characters breathing there in that area. And because our story is not essentially set in Madhya Pradesh, the setting is Bihar. So we wanted to, just stay true to the setting in the sense कि वो एक छोटा शहर दिखे, एक रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी दिखाई दे वहाँ पर. तो ऐसा नहीं था कि हम लोग को एक कुछ ग्रैंडियोर दिखाना है इन टर्म्स ऑफ कि ये जगह है, टूरिस्ट स्पॉट्स है और या ऐसा वो वाली चीज़. तो हम थोड़ा करीब रहना चाहते थे, एक सॉर्ट ऑफ एक वोयरिस्टिक विंडो कि हम इन कैरेक्टर्स को ऐसे देख सके जैसे पड़ोसी के घर में झांक रहे हो. तो वैसा एक फीलिंग वहाँ पे दिखा कि आ सकता है. सो या बट या द प्लेस इज ब्यूटिफुल. आई मीन इट्स ऑल ब्लेसिंग. सो या.
So
I want to ask something from Abhinav. It's not. So Abhinav, your film Dhoin is here, and although the geographically it's almost the same, but the characters are polar opposite. This was a much more flamboyant character. So how do you feel about portraying these different rhythms, which is around the same region?
So I feel it's completely depends on the director. Akhil in general how he is and Achal how he is. They're both like they're polar opposites, and but they're still vulnerable when they are making the film, and that is the most important part for me. That my director can be vulnerable with me and I can be vulnerable in front of the camera. So I feel like they both, Pankaj and Chaman, are both different, but still their heart is in the right place. So it was very easy for me to get into their minds in a way that they belong to a place where I am from. But still, to figure out their vulnerabilities was very difficult for me. But for that, there was the script, and Anshuman helped me a lot. Jameel sir helped me a lot with that because I was doing comedy for the first time. But the rhythm for me was very difficult to figure out in the first. But धीरे धीरे करके जब को एक्टर से आपको एनर्जीज मिलती है और इतने साफ दिल के लोगों के साथ आप काम करते हो तो आप फिगर आउट कर लेते हो इवेंचुअली. बट हाँ, मेरे लिए डरावना था शुरू के कुछ दिन, क्योंकि क्योंकि वो कैच करना कॉमिक टाइमिंग बहुत टफ है. पहले मैं बहुत सीरियसली लेता था अपने आप को कि इंटेंस कैरेक्टर्स प्ले करूंगा जिंदगी भर, जब तक फील नहीं होगा कुछ बोलूंगा ही नहीं. बट नहीं हो रहा तो बोलना पड़ेगा क्योंकि कॉमिक टाइमिंग तुम्हें कैच करनी है. फीलिंग के लिए रुकोगे तो नेक्स्ट आदमी तो कोई और डायलॉग बोलेगा और तुम फंस जाओगे वहां पे. और तुम्हारे पास जब इतने अंडरस्टैंडिंग और इतने अच्छे एक्टर्स हैं आपके साथ, तो वो चीज़ धीरे धीरे कैच हो जाती है इवेंचुअली. और उसमें बहुत बड़ा योगदान हमारे डायरेक्टर का, क्रिएटर्स का रहा है, जो कि सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं उस टाइम में जब मैं वनरेबल था बहुत ज़्यादा. और उस चीज़ को कैसे मैंने यूज़ किया उसमें भी उन्होंने बहुत हेल्प करी. सो या
Thank you.
So I have a question for the writer of the show. Uh, Such a simple world, everyday problems that you've addressed in the script, and there was always a challenge that it's a tough situation, but we want to make something which is uh, it's not a sad story. It's a sort of a happy slice of life story. So how did you go about that process?
Yeah, I think the one thing that we wanted to keep was keep the script real and grounded and rooted to the setting and everything that we had. And the main idea behind the script was to kind of, in addition to the love story, also inspire the thought of hope. And if these people who are going through such problems, if these people who are not that elite or anything, if these people can hope for something, and that's the first thing that we took we started the show with. It was centered around a hope, around establishing a unisex salon. So if these people can hope, they can dream big. If they can work towards it, why can't everyone? So that was the main idea, and I think that's why we wanted to keep the characters and everyone rooted to